All right, there we go. I'm sick and tired of She-Hulk being wasted potential. I'm watching episode 6 right now. Utter garbage, by the way. But what I've noticed is every week of She-Hulk, and maybe my personal life has something to do with it. I live alone. I've got plenty of time to watch these things. But the show is very watchable. It's just very bad. It's horrible. It's not. It gets worse when you look at it in the context of the MCU and what every property that they market as MCU is supposed to do for us, or at least what we think it's supposed to do. And then we got what She-Hulk's doing. It's one thing when you look at it like that. It gets worse when you look at it like that. But just on its own, the show is not good. The writers are just... The show is like a love letter, or a hate letter, I should say, to men in a lot of ways. It is a political... it's a political project, passion project in a lot of ways. Every episode... Like a lot of the biggest themes, like the hardest hitting, not hardest hitting, but the most effort that they put into trying to emotionally convey how they want you to feel. The scenes that they best do that in are scenes where they're trying to force a political ideology on you about why guys in the workplace are garbage, why girls control their anger much better than Bruce Banner, specifically Bruce Banner, yes. Why divorces are so horrible for women, and why men are horrible for doing that, when the statistics show elsewise. The opposite, actually. And this is not to take sides. This is just acknowledging some of the things. It's just flat out what the show is doing. The show is trying to push back. They got some of these, these right. And I don't care. Like I started off the video saying, She-Hulk is watchable. You know what? Before I get into a rant, rambling on about what I was about to go into with the political wars and stuff, let me talk about something. Like, I was just watching episode 6. Something good about episode 6 that was cool. This is just a small, cool moment when She-Hulk's trying to... Two moments together that kind of fuse together. The scene where Titania, cringe-ass villain, is interacting with Jen. Jen's, drunk on the ground. Titania caught her lacking. And if this was a regular, show of tension and stakes, this would be kind of like a real serious scene. Like, whoa, the villain of the season has our hero disadvantaged, lacking, got her on the ground. We don't take Titania seriously. Titania just wants to embarrass Jen and put her all over. And I know it's a comedy. The stakes aren't supposed to be that high. But you can't be so tone deaf to why people are saying what they're saying about your show. There's no conflict. Every episode, there's zero conflict. There is a story every episode, yes, but there's no conflict. There's nothing Jen has to go through. She's lacking here in this episode by Titania. Wow, it's only been 3 minutes. Feels like I've been talking for an hour. Not really an hour. It feels like I've been talking longer than 3 minutes. But there is this villain who we can't take seriously. She's got Jen lacking. Jen is drunk. They could have did some really cool stuff, which is what I was about to say. With maybe Jen is there's this underlying thing about her character. Maybe she's an alcoholic and she has issues going into her Hulk form whenever she wants. Now you've got some conflict we can deal with, and at least minor tension that we can deal with in the episode. We don't know if Jen's going to be able to encounter this guy with her Hulk powers. But we know Jen is a master Hulk user. She can't turn. It's used as a comedic effect. But all I saw was wasted potential. This is something you could actually be doing in the show. And she ends up turning. And another cool moment, which is about the second part I was about to... I wish that they would build on the action side of things. She transforms. It's this really cool shot where she just flicks her foot down and breaks the ground beneath her. I'm like, whoa, she does a mini Hulk smash technique with her feet, or one heel. I was like, whoa, that's hot. I get some more of that. Why don't we get more of that? Even if you don't want to show her being a badass fighting all the time, why don't we show her using her strength? It's like the She-Hulk thing. You're only doing that. The only thing she uses it for is for validation, which is what all women want, of course. The ultimate validation machine. Something that transforms you into a taller, more curvy, with more voluptuous hair having woman. That's what all women, I guess, would dream of. Because the passion project by the woman writing this show, or the main head writer, I don't know what she is, so I don't want to just say that and have you fact checkers try and come crucify me. But she's an awful person. An awful person to be trying to write a show at such a crucial time in the MCU. MCU's falling off hard. YouTube's tearing these fuckers apart everywhere. They're getting torn apart. You want to drop this mess? Episode after episode. I'm giving it a chance. I call it shit trash episode 3. After I seen that scene with her talking to Bruce Banner crazy like that, I'm like, what the fuck do you think you're talking to? And I love Jen. Like, the actors, it's another good thing. The acting in the show is good. It's a good show in terms of production, in terms of, like, everyone coming together to, like, make an episode. We're going to get this episode out. That's good. I like the chemistry these people have. The writing is atrocious, though. It's bad. It's bad. The writers are constantly taking shots at people. Oh, yeah, wedding episode. This is a bad place to... I bet you're probably wondering, this is a bad placement for an episode to have a wedding in the season because, you know, it's episode 6 out of 8 episodes. Yeah, it's a fucking bad place. You read Twitter all the fucking time, and the way you respond to that criticism is by trying to piss off the people more. Because you're already greenlit, right, for one season. Fuck a second season because you don't care about expanding the franchise. You don't care about expanding Marvel Studios, the MCU. You want to get your your political passion project out about how much you hate men. You want to try and switch up how people perceive men. Guess what? Men are the one watching this fucking trash. It's men. And that's why so many people are calling it garbage. Because you guys are tone deaf to who is watching who is consuming the product. Who is watching the stuff. Tone deaf. Quick little rant, man. There's so much more I could say, but I didn't come out here to really make a 10, 12-minute video talking about She-Hulk. I need to get back on my One Piece stuff. New arc in One Piece! Oh, yo. We're going to get on it, man. We're going to get on it. Catch you on the flip.